We are live. Okay, everyone. So, it's finally here. We finally have mounts. And I am just so incredibly excited about that. That is an absolutely terrific thing. Let me just see here. Yes, everything is looking good for the stream. All right. So, first things first, you have to actually craft a saddle in order to get a mount. So I've already gathered all the supplies. I jumped in, made sure that the world would load, all of that. And now we're ready. So we're on the loom. We're going to go to mounts. And I want a horse. I really want a horse. So we're going to craft a saddle for the horse. Then we're also going to craft saddlebags for the horse. So we'll grab those. You also have in here, you have the saddle for the donkey and the saddlebags for the donkey, which look a little bit different. They do. They look a little bit different. And then you have the saddle for the camel, which looks really different, and the saddlebag for the camel. So that's everything for our horse. Now, really quickly, let's see here. Oh yeah, this is the riding helmet. That's like a traditional Western riding helmet. I don't want to wear that, so I'm going to make the cowboy hat. And I'm going to put it on right now. And my hair totally disappears as soon as I do that. Never mind, that's fine. So here we have our saddle and our saddlebags. Now, we're going to put back cloth we don't need. Going to go over here, and I have noticed a little bit of glitchiness with the door just in terms of when I open it, where I need to be standing to close it. So there is that. A couple of other things that we have. Let's go into our workbench here, and if we go to utilities, we now have a telescope, which I'm going to go ahead and craft. We're going to want one of those. The other new thing over here on the tier 2 workbench, under utilities, we have binoculars as well. So a more advanced version. But we've got what we need. I'm going to go ahead and put away the extras here. Now, what we don't have is a horse. I have this world kind of all set up to be a good base. Basic general survival world, a bit of a playground, if you will, to test out the mounts update and kind of see what we got, what it's going to be like. So we've got the house here, a little crafting area, the garden, a corral right over here, and then some water here, and then the stable. I didn't really do too much with it because I didn't know what Red was going to give us for horses. Unfortunately, it turns out that he didn't give us a whole lot. Now, that's not to say that I don't like this. We got horses, so I'm very happy. But we didn't get stable doors, buckets, feeding troughs, things like that. But as of yet, I'm not sure that you actually have to feed the horses. So we might not need any of that. Now, what I'm doing right now, because I've explored parts of this world, but not really all of it. And I don't have a map yet. Nothing like that. So we're going to have to go into unexplored parts of the world to find a horse. So that's what we're going to do right now with our handy dandy little path that is partially laid out here. I have been kind of starting to clear off a path. Now, the running speed and the walking speed have been decreased. And I'm guessing that that is, generally speaking, to make a horse seem more appealing as a method of transportation, because they can move much faster and we just got slower. So horses sound much better now. Let's head out in this general direction. Now, from what I've found, because I've been doing some reading, this update came out while I was at work, so I had a chance to kind of read through what other people have been experiencing and finding with it. which is super helpful when you're kind of trying to figure out what to do. And it sounds like horses are generally found out on the plains, grassy areas, lots of flowers. So that's kind of where we're going to be looking. Camels, of course, desert, not really any kind of a surprise there. And then donkeys, I believe Red 51 said that those are going to be closer to the savannah. Ooh, that's an abandoned cabin. So we're going to take a quick look at that. See if it's anything interesting. I don't think I've made it out this far yet on this world, so we might find something good. And you know, I have no idea if we're going to want to feed the horses anything, if they eat anything, or really anything. I don't know too much about what we're going to be experiencing. So, let's see, is there anything in here? Ooh, let's see. We got a red coat hat and we got some pelts. I'm going to take those because this seems to be a very leather intensive update. And it took 16 pieces of leather to craft a saddle. Oh my god! Oh my god! You guys, we just found our first horse. We did, right there. Right there. The zoom feature's not that good. Let me switch to the telescope. How does that work? Okay. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh my gosh, he's a beauty. He is a beauty. He's coming home with us, obviously. So for the telescope, I just right-clicked. Once I have that in my hand, I right-click and it zooms in. And you can see that zoom is much better than what happens when I hit Z. So, there's that little tidbit of information as well for you all. Let's go ahead and grab our saddle. And let's go down and meet him. Now, you'll notice that nothing is moving away from me. I do have I have peaceful animals turned on. Oh my goodness, look at him. Oh, he's just lovely. Look at that. That is lovely. Absolutely terrific. He's coming home with us, clearly. Oops. There we go. So, the saddle, once you craft that, apparently that automatically makes the bridle. So we've got that. You just right-click, that puts it right on him. Now we're going to add the saddlebags as well. And there you have your little inventory slot. So we're going to go ahead and load up our pelts on him. He can carry those for us. Now, the carrot doesn't really seem to do anything. But when I'm looking at him, I can see a little, I think it's supposed to be like a horse icon. So I'm going to hit F. Perfect. Now I'm on him. And now I can control him. All right, we can turn the mouse and he will move. Oh, look at that. There's another horse up there. Okay, so this is a good spot to find horses. And right now, they do just come in two colors. There's this lovely bay that we have here. And there is also a gray horse. Let's go see if we can find one really quickly. Now, I don't know. Let's see. If you press. Oh, there's a gray. There's the gray horse. Right there. Oh, he's lovely too. But I think that you would have to. Well, obviously, you would have to craft another saddle. And you would have to take one horse back to the barn. And then you would have to come back out with another saddle for the second horse. So, pretty sure that's how that would work. I don't think they're going to follow you. Look at all these horses here. Just kind of hanging out. Let's hit shift. Oh, man, look at that. Oh, he's fast. He is fast. And if you'll notice, there's no stamina bar. So we don't have to worry about that, it looks like. Which is pretty nice. Oh, I do see a chest. Now, I do believe that as of yet, you cannot interact with anything when you are on the horse. So, we're going to hit escape. That lets us dismount. I'm going to eat that carrot in my hand because it's kind of annoying me. Oh yes, must be standing in front of the chest. Now, because we have the saddle on him, he's just going to stay there and wait for us. We can leave him there without worrying about it. Oh, look, there's an old clock. And another one of those hats. Which I'm really only taking because I want the chest. I am playing in survival mode here, so the chests are very helpful. We're going to hit F again to mount him up. And let's play around a little bit. So, the one thing you do want to be careful of, very, very careful of, is that Red has not fixed the glitch where animals die if they go into water. Which kind of tells me that we obviously don't need to water our horse, because if we got him near the water, he would die. So, there is that. No riding through ponds. And for those of you who have perhaps crafted wonderful little villages or wonderful little corners of your world that are complete with, oh, say, lovely lakes, yeah, no, you can't do that. Not with your horse. You can't walk through a stream, anything. So stay away from water with your horses, guys. But on the bright side, because they'll stand still as soon as you get on them, you don't have to worry about the horse that you went out and caught walking into a pond and drowning, or wandering off, because other animals, including the horses, will still glitch through solid objects. That has not been fixed. Ooh. You know what? Let's see if we can find a donkey. Because I have peaceful animals turned on. I'm not very worried about us being attacked. Aw, look at him. He's just hanging out in the flowers there. So, we're safe, really. We can go wandering around and see what we find. Now, unfortunately, we cannot use anything that we may have equipped. So, for instance, the telescope. Can't use it. Oh, looky. That one was just kind of hiding there. We've got 3 grays. That looks like the zoom function still works, though. Yep, that would be a wild bear. All right. Let's pick up the pace a little bit. Now, we do want to be very careful with this, because you don't want to accidentally run into water, because then your horse is going to die. So, exercise caution when galloping. Everybody enjoys going for a nice, brisk gallop. Oh, and I did not bring... Shoot, there's corn that I can't harvest. I didn't think about that. Oh well. Whoops! He's gonna die if we don't get him out of here. Oh, look at that. We got him out. So you can jump out if you act quickly. But that does illustrate why you want to be careful. Alright, let's see if we've got anything in here. I don't think that we do. Oh, yep, there's a chest. Now, they can't back up. Somebody else had pointed this out too. They're like, in real life, horses back up. Yeah, but let's remember, everybody, this is not real life. It's a video game. It's an incredibly realistic game. Oh my gosh, look at that. We found a map. That is absolutely wonderful. Found some more records. We're going to go ahead and pick up this chest and scurry back to our waiting mount, our trusty steed. And you know what? I think we're going to have him hold on to the hats too. That seems realistic. Those are lightweight enough that I don't think he would have a problem with that. Now, let's take a look at our map. Alrighty, mount up here. And let's go see what else we can find. Now, somebody had mentioned that the horse runs faster than the world draws in. So, they said that if you get to the edge of the grass, the horse just stops. Which seems realistic. I mean, if I was running along and all of a sudden there wasn't any grass underneath my feet, I think I'd probably just stop too. Makes sense. Oh, please don't fall in, horsey. Please don't fall in. Oh, he's right there on the edge too. Oh, I wish I could chase him away. Ooh. really not sure if we're going to be safe doing this. Nope, everything is good. We didn't take any damage. That's good. That is good. Oh, look, there's another cabin over there. Now, you also can't access your map while you're riding, which I do hope gets changed soon, because to me that also seems very unrealistic. You should be able to actually access the map while you're riding. But there's, I'm sure, a lot of things that are going to be changed. Oh, look, that's what I was complaining that I didn't bring. More arrows. I'll take more ammunition. Why not? I tend to take everything. And I know I've said this before, but I really do. I just take it all. Because after all, why not? I might want it one of these days. Yeah. Now that I said that I take it all, I mean everything except the furniture. I don't want the furniture. Alright. So, let's kind of start moseying. Well, no, I really do want to find... I want to find a savanna, which is not this flowery area here. By the way, this does not actually count as a savanna. The savanna would be a more desert-like region, but I do want to find one because I really want to see the donkey, and then I want to find a desert because I really want to see the camel. After all, look at how wonderful the horses are. Now I really, really want to actually see a donkey and a camel. Ooh, that looks like it could be a savanna. It is. Look, 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 look. Here's a donkey. All right, everyone. There is a donkey. And that would be my dog yelling at the, I think it was the train that just made noise. And she's barking because she didn't approve of that. There is another donkey. Ooh, but you know what? As long as we're over here, I'm going to do a little bit of harvesting. Because we're probably not going to come this way too terribly often. So, we should get something while we're out here. We really, really should. And personally, I think that the amount of storage on the horses is perfect. It seems completely realistic. Whoops. I think I see corn. Yes. It seems completely realistic for the size of the saddlebags. Well, actually probably a little bit unrealistic. But it's not like an entire thing of... It's not like an entire storage chest worth. So. Now, one of these days, we'll find out if a horse can actually outrun a tiger or a leopard. One of these days. Now is not that day. We're really just focused on seeing all of the new updates, taking a look at what's been done, and seeing how it all works. We'll leave the more detailed testing, if you will, for another time. I'm also going to go ahead and load seeds and saplings on our trusty steed here. Alright, so far we have found horses and donkeys. Now, I want to go through the savanna and find a desert because I want to find giraffes. That's going to be our next thing that we're looking for here in the update. And of course, you'll notice all of the wild animals are just ignoring us, which is perfect. I tend to like to have that setting on when I'm playing around with new updates, just because I don't really know exactly how everything is going to work. And I would rather have one challenge at a time, so to speak. Now, I am planning, this is going to be a fairly short stream. I do just kind of want to take a look at some of the new features, the wonderful new things that Red has given us. And I will also mention that the game is running very well. It's behaving very stably. I'm really not seeing a whole lot of glitches. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more harvesting as long as we're here. And I do apologize, you guys can probably hear the train. But it's summer, so, you know, I've got windows open and all that. Here is our little donkey. Oh my gosh, isn't he cute? Oh, he is just adorable. He is. He is absolutely adorable. And that is a tomato, not a chili pepper. So I don't care about it. We're going to run back to our horse here. Calmly waiting for us. Ooh, wait, I see more corn over here. Let's grab this. All right. Now, let's take a quick peek at our map and see how that's been filling in. You know, I feel like it's been doing pretty well. Our view distance has improved by, I think, quite a lot, actually. And it occurs to me now, as the sun is going down, ooh, new thing. As the sun is going down, it occurs to me that I really probably should have actually packed a tent. Didn't do that. Whoops. My bad. Oh well. A night out isn't going to kill us. Probably not. I don't think so. We'll hope, right? We'll hope. Okay, now to get back up to our horse. Oh, you know what, though? Let's see. I saw, yeah. There we go. Check the map again. We do kind of want to be headed back in towards the desert there. Put the pelts and seedlings away. He can carry the compasses, too. He seems like a nice, sturdy fellow. Hello, welcome, Master John. And this is not a mod. This is not a mod. We got horses. Whoops, chili peppers. So, Rising World just had an update today. This just hit today. Let's see. I am in Mountain Standard Time, so it came out at about 1 p.m. for me. You played 2 days with a friend and finished Rising World? Yeah, you're doing something wrong because this game doesn't really have a finished version, really. Like, there's no actual end goal. It's very open form. You can kind of do whatever you want. So we've got horses, which I'm riding, and we have donkeys here. And I am searching for desert because we also have camels. Ah, you got all the good stuff. Yep, yep. It doesn't take too long, really. What takes an extended period of time, generally speaking, is the very elaborate construction system in the game. Because you can make so much, it can take... There are people who spend months, years, building. Ooh. I think I see something interesting over here. Oh, that was you. Well, thank you. That chainsaw is an awfully handy feature. Okay. This looks... Oh my gosh. You know what this is? This is an above ground dungeon entrance. Oh, wow. Okay. So, you have to dismount in order to actually utilize anything. But, we're gonna, come on. Yep, perfect. I'm gonna save that for later. So yeah, this is one of the horses. This is the bay version. There is also a gray one. Right now we do just have the two colors. And I made saddlebags for him as well. So you craft the saddle, which automatically includes the bridle, even though it doesn't say anything about it. 2 surface dungeons. Nice. And then you craft the saddlebag separately. Now, the horse, the donkey, and the camel all have different saddles. So you'll, depending on which one you want to get, you'll craft a different saddle for each one. Now, there are a couple of downsides that I can notice right away. One is that if you want to have multiple animals, so say for people who've been building like a farm and they want to have more than one of everything, you're going to have to craft multiple saddles, it seems like, and go out and get each animal, ride it back, and then go back out and craft another saddle. The reason for that is that the animals only stay still as long as they have a saddle on. As soon as you take the saddle off, they're going to wander off just the same way that all the other animals do. So if you want them to stick around, which I'm reasonably certain that most of us are going to want our animals to stick around, you have to actually keep the saddle on them. So you'll have to have multiple saddles crafted, which can get kind of expensive in terms of leather. Ride lions. You can breed animals with the animal breeding plugin. It's not natively supported in-game yet. And this little shack has nothing in it. That's kind of disappointing. Alright. Is that a dead elephant, or is that what elephants do when they sleep? Nope. That's a sleeping elephant. Wow. I don't think I've seen one of those before. And we still have not found a desert. Wow. This savanna biome is very big. Lots of sleeping animals. Okay, still looking for a desert because I still really want to see a camel. Really want to see a camel. Of course, you do also have to be careful not to gallop too often if you can't really see what's ahead of you, because the speed of the horses is pretty substantial. Let's see if I can find a spot where I can make sure I'm not about to run off into a cliff. That seems like a good one. All right. So off we go for a nice gallop here. We've got some pretty good speed. Now, I have heard people say that they've gone so fast that the world generation can't keep up with them. And when you get to the end of the world, where the grass hasn't generated in yet, the horse just stops. And you can't go any further until the grass generates in. Which, that makes sense to me. I wouldn't want to run on nothing either. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Ooh, and I'm very thirsty, so I should probably do something about that. Now, at the moment... yeah, there's nothing in here. Okay. At the moment, you don't need to feed or water your horses. But you do have to be careful not to go into the water with a horse, because the same rule that applies to other animals in terms of drowning also applies to horses. So if you go wandering off into a pond with your horse, they'll drown, and now you don't have a horse anymore. At some point in time, I will turn peaceful animals off and experiment with whether or not the horse is actually faster than the different predators in the game. Right now, I have peaceful animals turned on because I just don't want to worry about it. All right. Well, you know, it would be nice to be able to fund people for different things, but I'm still spacing out my computer upgrade. I got the main things done, but I still have a few more things to do, and it's kind of a one part per paycheck kind of thing. So I'm quite a ways off from being able to actually fund anybody else's shopping trips. Ooh, another cabin. Does seem like there are quite a few cabins. I am a little annoyed. Well, I'm also a little annoyed that horses don't back up. You can go forward and you can turn, but they don't back up. It's kind of frustrating because in real life, horses back up just fine. As a matter of fact, there are some very expensive horses who back up beautifully for a living. Oh, we're just kind of like falling over into the hut here. That's kind of a bit of an annoying little thing. And that elephant went over. That is another thing. The horses, if they don't have the saddle on and they're moving around, they're subject to the same glitch that all other animals are. So if you put a bunch of horses in a pasture, or I keep saying horses, but really it's any of the mounts, you put them in a pasture without saddles on, they're going to wander off because they'll be able to walk through the fences just like all the other animals. Because the sole purpose of today's stream is really to show off the new update. So not everybody knows that much about horses. So just a general FYI. And also looking at, ooh, found a gun and a crossbow. That was a nice chest. In general, taking a look at how realistic the update is. Believe me, I'm far from the only one who will be pointing out any and all differences. We're all kind of going to be dissecting the update in a way, I'm sure. Well, I know people already are because I've been reading it on the forums all day long. I still really want to find a desert biome because I want to see a camel. I really want to see a camel. Oh, yeah. And you know, that's a part of the reason that I stay in... There's our donkeys again. Or mules. No, I think he called them donkeys. That's a part of the reason that I tend to stay in single player. Because I can build whatever I want. And I don't have to worry about any kind of problems like that. I know a lot of the servers try their best to keep issues like that under control, and they kick out players who do things like that. But after you've spent a lot of time building something, even if the person who comes along and destroys it gets kicked off the server, that may not really make you feel better because you still lost whatever it is that you were building. Oh, wow. This is actually a very... Is that the same? That's not the same above ground entrance, I don't think. I think this is a different one. Yep, I think it is. Okay, let's check. Yep, this is a different one. All right, I'm going to mark that too. It really is a shame that you cannot view the map while you're mounted. That is something that I do hope that Red updates soon. Yeah, you know, I don't understand people who think that doing things like that is fun. I wouldn't want someone destroying my hard work, so I wouldn't go and destroy theirs. That's just kind of common courtesy to me. But unfortunately, a lot of people tend to think that in video games they can do whatever they want. Which, again, not to repeat myself too often, but it is why I like to stick to single player, because I just don't have to deal with things like that. I think we may have found a desert that looks like sand. That looks very much like sand. Yep, this is sand. All right, so somewhere, there it is. There's a camel. Oh, that's awesome. And you're asleep. I really prefer that you not be asleep. Well, I suppose I do need to fill my water bottle. And we can kind of take a nice little gallop around the desert here to a point. There's another camel right there. Sound asleep. Oh, that might be water over there. That would be good. It would be much more realistic if we actually had to keep the horses fed and watered and actually care for our mounts. But I do understand why he didn't include that in this update. Nope, that is just a giant hole in the ground, not water. Just because it would be so very different from all of the other animals, and they've probably modeled some of the coding for the horses after some of the coding for a lot of the other animals in the game. Look at that giraffe. Not a giraffe, a camel. Wow. I'm tired. I've been at work all day. Oh, this is wonderful. I really do like this update. I know some people have mentioned that they've had a few glitches with it, but overall I've found that it's working very well. If you grief, you lose real life money. Yeah, that would probably teach people to have better manners in video games. Of course, that would also potentially teach a lot of people not to play video games because they just don't want to be nice. Which would actually work just fine for everybody else, because then we wouldn't have to deal with them, regardless of the reason. Wow, this is a very dry desert. Normally you have at least a few ponds. Oh, wait. Yep, there we go. Now I don't want to take my horse into the water, because I don't want him to die. And it really doesn't seem to matter how deep the water is. If they're in water, they're probably going to die. Dead strict rules. So anytime anybody screwed up at all, they got immediately kicked off. Is that what you mean? Get shot with a grenade launcher. Wow. You were serious. You were very serious. Did you have any problems with people? Oh, I think the sun is coming up. Yes, it is. We'll be able to see all the animals in sunlight. Okay, let's see if I can get in here. See if there's anything interesting. Yep. Side, no. Nothing interesting. All right. Well, we're getting some sunlight, so in a little bit here, we'll be able to take a look at some of the animals in broad daylight, get a better idea of what they look like. 15 people survived the experiment. Oh, wow. A lot of unpleasant people then. Come on, camel, wake up. Come on, sleepyhead. Nope, not cooperating. Not cooperating at all. Alright. Run along, see if we can find one that's awake. Oh, we can. Here we go. Oh my gosh, and a pyramid. This update is awesome. Oh, wow. I really am very impressed with the job that Red has done on the animals. They really do look super realistic. Oh, cool. That must have been fun to be part of that. Alright, so we're going to dismount and mark that as well. Mount back up. The map distance is definitely a lot better now. A Minecraft server with 100 people. Okay. On a small map, so he kind of kept everybody pretty close together. Oh. We can't look directly behind us either. Okay. Let's see what else we can find. Okay. Everyone was beating each other with sticks? Seriously? That doesn't sound like fun at all. People were building bases, but war was still going on. Well, that kind of sounds like real life. Sounds a lot like real life, actually. I do like the galloping animation. The horses are pretty smooth, really. And there isn't anything in here. There's my trusty steed waiting for me. Excellent. People started acting normal because everyone got annoyed. I have to find my way back. War stopped completely and people lived together or alone. Wood shortage. Small world, limited wood. Yeah, that makes sense. A huge war started because wood was short. Okay. Well, again, that unfortunately makes sense. Fallout world. What do you mean, like everything was destroyed in the war? Which would also make sense. Sad but true. Okay, is that the same pyramid that we just found? Let's see. Okay. It is kind of a pain. Yep, that's the same one. It is kind of a pain to have to dismount every time that I need to look at the map. So I would really appreciate it if Red fixed that. But it's a pretty small annoyance. Okay, yep. Found a door that leads to a secret bunker. Okay. They gave you stuff. Sounds like you found some very nice people. You made it a country, so you made... Lots of players liked your idea, built a huge castle. Okay. Yeah, the horse definitely moves faster than World Generation. This is the same one I was just at. Nope, this is a different one. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. Another hat. Hats seem to be very popular. A map, another gun. Oh, I'm finding all sorts of excellent things. I'm going to fill my horse's storage space up completely. Leader of 20 people. The griefers got ticked off and destroyed the castle. Okay. Sort of sounds like something that's kind of to be expected. That they would get upset and retaliate. We're going to be eating some chili peppers for a bit here. Angry, the castle got rebuilt at full power and all griefers were tortured. Automod is fussy. Put them in a hole with lots of spider webs. That would creep me out pretty good. Spider webs make you very slow. Okay. Sounds like an interesting experiment. Probably shouldn't be galloping if can't really tell where I'm going. Takes 7 hours to get out, and when you get out, you die. I don't know. I think I'd just stay in prison. Oh, that's the first one that I found. Okay. A snail just broke into your house? Again? Wow. Okay, so overall, I really am enjoying the update. Oh, especially galloping on a horse. This is terrific. Absolutely terrific. And Red must figure it's pretty stable because he didn't release it as a beta. This is the update. That's our white goat. Oh, our donkey's over here. Cute little fella. Alright. Let's kind of turn and keep heading along. I think we've already cleaned out that. Yeah, that looks pretty well cleaned out. But I should see where we're at. Okay, so really, yeah, we could go that way. So you can... Ooh. These are some more trees. I think I want these real quick. Let's see. Lemon trees. Chop them down. But as I was saying, you can turn your horse with the mouse or the arrow keys. The arrow keys just result in a faster reaction. So that's kind of nice. Okay. Let's see here. Got another chili pepper plant. We'll grab that. Yeah, tomatoes I've got a lot of. Wouldn't mind some more lemon trees, though. Some more lemon trees, and then I do believe I see a hemp plant. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Not that I really need it, But whenever I'm playing, especially in survival mode, I do tend to want to make sure, whoops, there we go, I almost missed that one. I do tend to want to make sure I have a little bit of everything. Close the window and put it back outside. Yeah, I've never... Well, I shouldn't say I've never had to worry about things getting into my house. And my cats are kind of useless when it comes to hunting, so I'm sort of relying upon my dog to scare the living daylights out of anything that might even begin to think that it wants to be in my house. She's pretty good at that. She's pretty good at that. Okay, this is gonna be kind of fun. Trying to find our way through here without falling into anything. Are you? Wait, hang on. Oh, I really wish horses could back up. Dead pig, which has a hide and some bacon. Never pass up food. Kind of my personal philosophy on life. And I've got a cow shoving me out of the way. Very nice little cow. Okay. Chili seedlings, lemon saplings, and a hemp seedling. Okay. Oh, and the cows can push your horse too. Well, that's fun. There's a black bear over there. We'll just kind of mosey right on by him. Oh, there's our gray horse. That would be our other color option there for the horses. And I do believe that red is planning on giving us more options in terms of colors. But, of course, he's not saying exactly when. But that's okay. It's not like this is at all boring, what we've got right now. I think I'm back in my own home valley. We're getting close to it. Of course, I didn't have a map when I left, so part of this is kind of trial and error, but we'll see. Getting a lot of exploration done. And I think, yep, it fills in the map as your horse is galloping. So that is pretty darn cool. Castle looked like a mess because of multiple repairs. You were the most powerful person on the server. The experiment gave you extreme anxiety for a day? Yeah, I'll believe that. Y-lands, yeah. Sticks and stones to... Wow. That does sound impressive. I'll have to take a look at that. Is that on Steam? That sounds pretty interesting. So the really interesting thing here is going to be if I can find my way home. That's going to be the really interesting thing. I'm thinking that probably before too long, people will integrate horses into the animal breeding mod. We'll see. But I can't imagine they'll go too long before they do that. I have the sneaking suspicion that I'm rather lost, which is going to be interesting. Yeah, I don't particularly recall any of this terrain. Let's see. No, but that's a really cool mountain canyon. I should probably be heading down that way. So, let's turn around here. This is very nice and smooth. Somebody had created a mod where you could have cars in Rising World, and it was really not smooth. Like, the cars couldn't navigate hills. It was very bumpy. So this is definitely much, much better. Nice and smooth, even when you're moving at a fast pace. And I'm really not experiencing any major glitches. Of course, there are a couple of little things, but that's honestly to be expected on the same day that an update of this size is released. I would say that it's doing really well. There's not a technology tree. That does sound interesting. Yeah, I'm going to have to check that out. Let's see. I'm seriously kind of wondering if I'm going to make it home. Like, no idea where I'm at. But you can... Spacebar will let you jump. Shift lets you run. You can literally run into things, although you'll jump over them if you can. Let's see. Where am I at? Okay, I think I'm headed in the right direction, I hope. We'll see. I am getting a substantial portion of the world explored. If all else fails. I have completed excellent explorations. I think I'm getting close, actually. I think I'm getting very close. But with the jumping feature, I have a feeling that... Yeah, that forest doesn't really belong. Let's see, maybe I should be going this way. I have a feeling that it won't be too long before we start seeing pictures of people having created actual competition level courses, which would be really, really neat to see in Rising World. I can just imagine on some of the multiplayer servers, you could actually have a competition, a real competition with jumps and a course that you have to follow, all of that. That would be very impressive, but I'm sure that somebody will do it or something very like it, just based on how elaborate people tend to get with this game. The constructions that they make and the level of realism that a lot of people achieve makes me think that that's something that we'll see probably before too terribly long. I don't know if I'm getting closer to home or not. I'm thoroughly lost. You've made a lot of progress? Yeah. A portable factory on the ocean. No, not right now. I might eventually have it set up for people to join, but I haven't... I'm home. I haven't tried to get anybody into the game, and when I've tried to join other people's games, it's been glitchy, and I think it's because of distance. Let's see if he can make it through. Yep. All right. Now the nice thing is, since I have an actual horse for sizing purposes, I can figure out how big the damn stalls need to be. It's kind of been driving me crazy. Can't make anything for the horses if I don't know how big they are. Okay. How close is he? That's not too bad. That's not too bad. All right. Made it home. Now, I'll have to take everything out before I can actually empty these. But I want to see if I can actually untack him as well. Oh, that's nice to have help with that. Yeah. I've never tried to set up a server. So, yeah, it's something that I plan on looking into at some point, but not terribly soon. Okay, so we've got some seedlings there. I'll leave all the tools in here. Musket and some musket balls. I do also have the crossbow. Got some options on that. Wow, I got a lot of stuff. The horses are definitely going to be really helpful in terms of just exploring your world and searching for a lot of things, like the entrances to the dungeons. A mod called Slayer. Huh. You can make city shooting events without annoying people. Okay. That's different. You can decide to join the battle or not, and if not, you can build peacefully. That's nice. I tend to prefer building peacefully. That's one of the reasons that I enjoy single-player games, because I can kind of do whatever I want in peace. I'm not trying to keep up with anybody or compete with anybody. Just kind of having fun, doing my thing. Even if a rocket hits your house. I don't know, I would think a rocket hitting my house might disrupt my day a little bit. Oh, I got a lot of corn. Alright, so just a quick recap, and then I am going to go ahead and end the stream, because I really did just kind of want to take a look at all the new features, and I figured I would go ahead and do it live. And then I'll put this up on YouTube so that anybody else who wants to see what happened can take a look at it. But on the loom under mounts is where you're going to find all of your saddles and saddlebags. This one for the camel, that just looks really cool. I'm going to have to actually try and do a desert build and have camels. That just looks amazing. And then the one for the donkey, which to me looks a lot like the one for the horse, except it doesn't have the bedroll on the back. The big difference is the saddlebags. It seems like the donkey saddlebags, it almost seems like that's where they put the bedroll. But it says this provides big storage space. So I'm thinking the donkeys might have more storage than the horses. And that really doesn't look like you're going to have a lot of storage space. That's the saddlebag for camels. So I don't think they're going to carry very much. Pretty much just the rider. And then, of course, we have our accessories, which is our riding helmet. That's kind of the only really new thing that we got. We don't have any kind of full riding suit or anything like that. Not that you couldn't make one. And then on the crafting stations, we've got our telescope on the regular workbench under utilities, and our binoculars on the tier 2 workbench also under utilities. Lady De Winter, hello! Totally random fact. I just realized I can touch part of my skull in real life next to your eye. Okay. That's interesting. And I don't know, lady. I haven't tried since I updated the game and got a horse. It's almost dark, so let me unload my saddlebags here real quick. Went out exploring to get my new horse and take a look at the donkey and the camels. They just look amazing. It's exactly what I would have expected from Red. It's just exactly that level of attention that he's paid to all of the animals that is absolutely wonderful. Let's see. I think most of this is actually going to come inside with me. I have noticed the doors are a little funny. Let's see if it's, yeah. So I open the door and I'm standing here looking at it. and I can't close it. I have to go around to the back side of the door and aim kind of almost toward the hinge areas. Then I can close it. So that's a little odd. I don't know why that seems to kind of be a thing. I'll toss some of my pelts away. Go upstairs. Toss the rest of my stuff into my miscellaneous storage up here that kind of holds everything that falls under the heading of I don't really know what I'm going to do with it, but I found it, so I took it home. And put the hats away. Those are all my seedlings. Let's try to go to bed. Let's see what happens. All right, so I got the Z's. Everything's darkening. My eyes are closing. All right, it looks like I was able to go to sleep, and I woke up. Yeah, I don't know. I was able to sleep and wake up. So I'm not sure why yours is having problems. Oh, what am I doing? I already unloaded all my food. Silly me. Silly, silly me. Let's go unload the rest of the stuff. And yep, my horse is still standing here after I slept. It is nice that having the saddle on them will keep them still. But let's see, I've seen some people say they weren't able to untack them. So let's see what happens if I try. Removing saddlebag. Okay. Removing saddle. All right, well, he's unsaddled. I don't know. Didn't seem to be a problem. Maybe that glitch has been fixed. Interesting. Actually, let me go put the leather inside. I want to go see if I can get another horse. I do hope that we're going to be able to have some variation in the saddles, because right now they're pretty simple. And it would be nice if we could, like if you could craft the saddle pad separately and you had to put that on first and then the saddle. Something you want to try. 8 full hours of sleep. Yeah, I have no idea what that's like. But it's a beautiful thought. It really is. 8 full hours of sleep. Wow. That's an incredible idea. I'm going to plant a few things really quickly here. I've got almost a full set of pretty much everything up and running here. Grid seems to be working. But lady, you don't need to sleep to save. Rising World auto saves, so you don't have to worry about that. I really do need to fix this stuff down here. Yeah, you don't have to worry about losing the game just because you didn't sleep. Because if I log out right now, after I plant everything, if I log out without having gone back to sleep, it's still going to save all of that. I won't lose it. So yeah, no worries there. Have you noticed any glitches at all in the game? I really haven't. Aside from that weird thing with the door, I haven't really noticed anything that I could definitively say is a glitch. The horses don't back up, which is slightly... Okay, it's a little bit more than slightly irritating because in real life, horses back up. But it's certainly not something that I'm really going to lose a whole lot of sleep over either. I really do like the running speed and the jumping. I was saying earlier, it probably won't be too long before somebody actually builds a full-scale show jumping arena. Although, honestly, this game would lend itself beautifully to a cross-country course. All right. You, my friend, you are going to stay here. And I'm going to go see if I can find you a buddy to hang out with you. Head off in this direction here. Much better equipped to do this now that I have my map. I definitely have noticed the decrease to my character's walking and running speed, though. Like, stamina goes away faster, I'm much slower, all of that. You jumped your wall. Yep. Yeah, they've got some good jumping abilities here. I haven't tried... I just made the horse saddle. I didn't make the saddle for the donkey or the camel. But I'll probably try that later on. See if I can at least have a donkey around. It does seem like the saddlebags for the donkey are bigger. My goal is to become the best at every game. Well, Master John, that's an interesting goal. That's going to take a lot of work. There are a lot of people who play a lot of different games, so you're going to have your work cut out for you. It also depends on how you define the best. Like, if we look at Rising World, for example, you could have multiple categories. Yeah. No, I didn't. No, there aren't any donkeys out here. The donkeys are further on. The donkeys are further on. They're more by the savanna biomes. I didn't see any donkeys when I came through here last time. It's just the horses somewhere. A lot of white goats. I have a lot of white goats. And pigs. A lot of pigs. Yeah, I guess you could say that being the best at this game would entail having a lot of really cool buildings. But just because there's so much to do with the game, you could have somebody who's the best builder. You could have somebody who is the best at terraforming. You could have somebody who is the best at hunting. So I think that in a game like this, and probably in a lot of other games, it does make it hard to say who is the best at something, because you can be the best at so many different things. But I think with any game, really the most important thing is just that you're having a good time. It doesn't so much matter whether or not you're the best if you're having fun. Yes, Lady de Winter is the best at dying. Although, let's be even more specific now. Lady de Winter is the best at feeding all the bears in the game. And now I have the gray horse. I do kind of wish you could craft saddles and bridles separately. That would be neat. Alright, we're going to take him home. Then we'll have 2 horses. And I don't really think I'm going to try to get donkeys and camels right now. Just because it is getting kind of late. I've been at work all day and it's 8 o'clock here now. So I was really excited about the update. And I really wanted to boot it up as soon as I came home. And I figured as long as I was playing around with it, I might as well go ahead and boot up a live stream. Just because maybe not everybody else has actually had a chance to play around with it a whole lot. Figured I would kind of share some of my experiences with everyone else. I really do like the galloping, though. It's so much fun. Let's weave through the trees here. Let's see. Nope, we're not very good at weaving. Not very good at weaving at a full gallop. Yes, your bears are very well fed, lady. Master John, you said you're the best at timber and stone. So, wait, Timber and Stone is a game? Is that right? That's the name of the game? Wonder if I can jump this. Ha! I can. I think I might want to make that fence a little higher. Alright. Probably not a terrific idea to leave them both unsaddled like that, because you never know where they might go. But I'm so excited. I really, really am. This is so exciting that we finally have mounts in the game. That is terrific. And I know that Red said that in a future update, he's going to add armor. That'll be fun, because that means that eventually we will be able to fight with horses. I think he was talking about implementing ranged weapons fighting with horses. Let's see here. I think he said you can do edit NPC. Nope. Oh, now I don't remember the command. Edit NPC horse? No. Okay. I don't know. But you are falling through the bricks there, buddy. Okay, well, I'll worry about that later. Yeah, they're gonna... And it is unfortunate. Of course, I could do this. Okay, what? Now it won't let me saddle him? Wait, I have the saddle in hand. Hey. Oh, there we go. Not F, right click. Wow. I really am asleep. Okay. Let's make a nice turn here. Pretty wide turning radius. They really do need a lot of room, obviously. Okay. I'm going to leave him here. Let's see. I don't know if I have enough leather to make another saddle. I think it takes 16 leather. And I'm pretty sure I do not have 16 leather. Yeah, I don't have any leather. But I do have hides. So, let's see here. I need mounts. I think it's really funny that once again, everything is under the loom. It's like, really? I feel like we need, I don't know, a leather working station or something. And the armor, I mean, the armor should not be here. I feel like the loom is a really silly place for metal plate armor. Alright, well, you have a good night, Master John. Thanks for stopping by. And I'll have to check out, yeah, 16 leather, 8 iron rods, and 4 cloth. Okay. Alright, we got a lot of leather to do. I'll have to check out that game that you recommended, Y-Lands, and see what I think about that. But yeah, I think it's silly that we make iron plate armor on a loom. Looms are designed for weaving, not metalworking. That's just really funny. No, you get 4 for moose. I know that. Let's see. So yeah, that must have been a moose pelt that I just did because I got 4. That's a bear pelt. So yeah, 2 for most of them. But yeah, moose is 4. This one's a moose pelt. So I'll get another 4 from that. Then I'll do the bear pelt next and see what I get from that. Come on. There we go. Alright, so here's the bear pelt. Let's see what that gives. Oh, did you go kill a lot of moose? Yeah, so you get 4 leather from moose and bear. But pretty much everything else, I think, is just the 2 leather. And, you know, I'm going to blame this on you, lady, but you've got me so paranoid about the bandits and monsters in the dungeons and everything that I've started putting up barriers. Oh, killed a bunch of bears, yeah. Well, yeah, they do. They seem to find you really, really tasty. I don't know why that is, but they really do seem to think you taste pretty good. It would really be interesting if bears actually hunted... If predators hunted all the different prey animals around them. That really frustrated me when I first started playing Rising World. I would be running away from a bear, and I would run like right past a pig or a cow thinking, okay, I'm safe because that bear is going to stop and eat that pig. No, it ignores it. Okay, yeah. The doors are definitely glitched. You have to open them from the hinges. But yes, so I have the gate right there. And then we go down here. And I have another gate leading into the actual mine. Because you have me so paranoid about what Red is going to put in the game. And instead of stone, like you can see, some of this is stone, but it actually has blocks on either side of it. So this is thoroughly blocked off so that nothing can get up to me. You've got me so paranoid. Alright, so I need iron bars now. Grab some of those. And cloth, that was the other thing. I tried to kind of stock up on a lot of stuff before the update hit. Did it not? There we go. I don't know. I think my mouse is failing on me. Sometimes I think that I clicked and it just doesn't seem to register it. All right. Perfect. So now I wish that horses could back up. That's true. Red has said that NPC bandits are coming. So that is the truth. Okay. So I think I could probably get a donkey too. 3 stalls would fit in here. With respectable spacing. Alright. Perfect. But yeah, overall, I mean, hats off to Red. This has really been... This is a great update. The horses work wonderfully. The update, for me, it went pretty smoothly. But I do have to admit, now, I was at work today. So the update hit around between 1 and 2 p.m. my time. So I didn't get home and actually fire up my computer and start the update until probably... I didn't start it up and download it until about 6 o'clock at night. So I know there had been at least one hotfix. But it updated smoothly for me. It really seems like the glitch with the doors is the biggest thing that I've noticed. Now, there was one thing in the update that I don't actually understand yet. And that's the edit. I think it's edit existing constructions. I don't know exactly what that does. So I'm going to have to try that out, which I'm going to do here in just a moment. What I'm testing out right now, as I was looking on the forums today, I saw someone who had put up a plugin that is like the cooking timer plugin that I told you about, I don't know, a couple of your streams ago, maybe 2 or 3 weeks back. I had told you that there was a cooking timer. Well, somebody did a smelting timer. Now, they said that you don't have to trigger it. Yes, see, if you look, it's really hard to see. But over here on the left side of my screen, it says starting or timer. And it's supposed to ding at you when it's done. So I'll see if that works. I should put my headphones on so I can hear it. But I know the cooking timer works. That one works really well. Have you tried it? That cooking timer plugin? No offense, but that would really be helpful for you. Okay, so I've got my headphones plugged in here because otherwise my speakers interfere with the microphone. So we'll see if I actually hear a ding when the ore is done smelting and that timer goes off. But if that works, that's really cool. Okay, so I've got all the leather done. What was I going to do next? I feel like I'm very scatterbrained lately, but it is getting hot here, so that doesn't really help me any. Let's see. Oh, yes, I was going to put away some unnecessary things that I don't need to be lugging about. I have a storage chest upstairs. I think I'm going to want one of those to go in the barn. All right, I thought I had storage chests up here. Clearly, they're someplace else. Clearly. Oh, that was a pretty loud whinny. That was. But it sounded realistic, too. I mean, if I didn't know that I was in a game, I would be looking out my hallway window wondering why on earth there was a horse in my yard. Alright, put the saddlebags there. It would be really cool if we could feed these guys. That'd be a lot of fun. But, you know, I understand. He's giving us things as he can. I'm not complaining. Too much. The telescope is really cool, though. Have you tried the telescope? That is really cool. It is going to be a little freaky, though, the first time that you're, I guess, kind of too close to something and you turn this on, because it's going to seem so in your face. But that is pretty cool. Okay. Oh, yeah, the door. I want to try that. So I need wood. I'm going to put everything else away. And let's make a door and see what that does. I have honestly no idea. I don't know if it has to be placed. So actually, let's not do this in the middle of the horse pasture. Let's do it out here in the field. I'm just going to plop down this random door here in the middle of the field. Nothing strange going on here. Okay. I don't know if you have to be holding it or not. First, we're going to try it without. Edit C. Usage, action, values, resizing. Oh my gosh. Okay, so actions can be texture, resize, set size, rotate, and set rotation. Oh my goodness. This is so wonderful. So if I say edit C, resize. The problem is I don't know what size to set it to. So, I don't know. Let's try. Can I just say resize? No, I have to have the whole thing. do I have to be holding it? Let's try that. There was also something about a help command. Let's try that. Help, edit, C. Edits a construction element in the world. Okay, I don't really think that's terribly helpful, I have to admit. So, edit C. Wait. Texture. Texture, that would be any of the stone textures, right? Let's see. Texture. What's a stone texture? 44. No construction element found in line of sight. Okay, so it's line of sight. So you don't have to be holding it. You just have to be looking at it. So if I'm standing in front of the door, let's try this again. I say edit C. Texture. Oops, I have to be able to type properly. Texture. And what did I do? 44? No construction element found in line of sight. All right, so does that mean that it doesn't consider the door to be a construction element? Oh my gosh, I heard the timer. It says the ore is done. Let's go see. This could be my new favorite plugin. And look at that, the ore is done. Oh my goodness. I love that plugin. I love it. Absolutely terrific. Absolutely terrific. I really like the fact that you don't have to actually do anything to have it start. The plugin, the timer for the plugin starts as soon as you ignite the furnace. It's like looking for that specific action and it ignites it. That's really nice. Okay, let's check out textures here real quick. So, all right, 44. Let's try that. I don't know. Let me try looking at that. Edit C. Texture 44. No. Okay. Does that not count as a construction element? He didn't really tell us what counts as a construction element, though. That's kind of a shame. 62. Try something. Let's try this. This should certainly be a construction element. And texture. And I think that light one is 62. Okay, well, it changed it. I don't really have anything on me that would tell me what that is. Let's take a look over here. So those are 62. Okay, well, that did not change it to 62. Let's go right in front of the light. Okay, so that one's 67. What I'm trying to change it to is 62. Let's take some before and after pictures here. Edit C, texture, 62. All right, that's not actually what I was going for. Huh. Okay. Well, this is going to take some more experimenting. And it looks like it only works on actual construction elements. Like, I was really hoping that I could resize the doors. Because that's the one thing, like, that I am disappointed that Red did not give us kind of better accessories and supplies and equipment to go with the mounts. I feel like we should have at least had stable doors. Maybe a nice thing to have would be to be able to craft a horse blanket so we don't have to leave them saddled all the time, so you don't have to make all those saddles. Like you could just craft a horse blanket out of cloth. and then you could put that on them and they would still stay in place. I feel like that would be a really nice thing. Let's use the cooking timer here. So that is beef steak. We're gonna put that down, and then, oops, it's not that one. It's T for talk. And then it is CT for cooking timer, start, and then you have to tell it which one to start. And it doesn't like that. Okay. All right. Oh, steak. Let's try that instead. CT start steak. There we go. All right, your timer has been set to steak. Okay, so the cooking timer is working. Yeah, that's definitely not texture 62. So I don't know what's going on with that. I am going to have to try out the resizing though. That could be pretty interesting. All right, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. It's past 8 o'clock. I have to get up and go to work in the morning. Vastly unfortunate. I'm really envious that you're retired and don't have to get up and rush out of the house. I'm looking forward to getting to that point in my life eventually. But in the meantime, responsible adult and all. Oh, I can't get over how nice the horses look. You never know. Maybe I'll take that screenshot and make it my new computer wallpaper. I could do that. That could be my new computer wallpaper. I could make it my computer wallpaper and put it on my computer at work. People would look at my computer and go, "What on earth is that?" Like, I made it. Oh, wow. He really did such a great job. Such a great job. They look great. They sound great. They move wonderfully. It's terrific. It really is. My barn still needs a roof. This is what happens when I'm trying to do something in in survival mode. I flattened this out in creative mode though, I will admit. I cheated on that. I ran out of patience. I was like, this is taking too long. This rake and I are not getting along. Probably use a larger water trough somewhere, except I don't want them to walk into it because then they'll drown. That's kind of a silly thing. I hope he fixes that soon. Let's see. Let's go check on my beefsteak. I haven't heard the timer. Not done yet. Still raw. Okay. I kind of want to know if I'm actually going to hear a timer. I really want to know if I'm actually going to hear a timer. I think I'm going to have to take these trees down. They're in the way. They are in the way, and I am envisioning... I don't know. I'm torn between doing a jumping course and like oh my gosh, I could do a Western trail course. That would be so much fun. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'll have to research some course layouts and put that in, but that's going to look really cool. Yep. All right. Well, you have a good night. It is super late where you are. Over in Georgia, because you're on East Coast time. So yeah, definitely run off and finish up your video and then get some sleep, lady. Sleep is important. I know I'm the one who doesn't sleep, but I do realize that it's important. I just don't do it. Well, you have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. And yeah, I will try to catch you and at least pop in for a little while and say hi on Sunday. Have a great night. You gave up sleeping 10 years ago. I sometimes feel like I have, but I know I shouldn't because my body doesn't appreciate that. I still really want to know if I'm going to hear a ding when that meat is done. I think it's close. I think it's close. Come on. Come on, finish cooking. I really want to know what you're going to do. I haven't used the cooking timer a whole lot. Okay, it does give you a pop-up that the time is up, but it doesn't actually ring a bell. So that's, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but yeah. I'm still going to say it's a pretty useful little plugin, that cooking timer plugin. And so is the smelting timer plugin. Super useful. Ah, okay. All right. I'm off to sleep. Have a great night. And I will see you Sunday.